What's up there? Welcome to Sigma Paradise. I'm your host Dan, and today we'll be seeing some modern day women lose their minds once again, this time to loneliness. Right after you subscribe, of course.
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date? Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done.
It's glad to know that she has the answer to the reason why. Because it's easier than getting pepper spray in your eyes because you like someone.
I am 41 years old and I have absolutely no savings for retirement. I've spent the last 10 or 12 years being a broke single mom and at times living off of food stamps. Any time I've ever gotten ahead financially, I've always had a setback. I'm currently like $14,000 in credit card debt and $83,000 in student loan debt. And I don't even have a master's degree. I went to University of Phoenix and got scammed, and I'm hoping to get my University of Phoenix loans forgiven, but that's still pending. Even at that, I still owe $27,000 because I ended up going to a brick and mortar school.
It sounds like she needs a man to help her with the bills.
This might be dramatic. I'm not saying that it's not. Is anyone else just tired of dating? I literally just sat in my car for 20 minutes crying because I'm so tired of pointless conversations and meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere. And by the way, no one has hurt my feelings. Nothing has happened to trigger this except for me just realizing, like, what is the point? Truly. Like, no one dates with intention and actually wants anything serious, and it's just like constant disappointment, and I'm just tired of having that negative energy in my life. But I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to a point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt, and I think I'm okay with that.
Won't you just like to see her DM to know the number of guys she disappointed before making this video?
Because that's like the masculine thing or whatever. But if you think about it, we're doing ourselves a disservice too, because it's like that Fab Fit Fun box, like it's already like curated and of items that they think that you'll want, and then you just got to kind of pick the best of like the stuff that they sent you in a box. So you're like, oh, I guess this Tarte lip gloss is pretty cool, and I'll just give the rest of the stuff to my friends. Why live like that? Why don't you go out and like find someone? Like if you see a good looking guy, whether it's at the gym, I hate the bar dating scene, but there, or someone on Instagram or whatever, you could hit on a guy, not look stupid.
Well, that's the elephant in the room right there. Someone has to look stupid, and the ladies sure don't want it to be them.
Men do not know how lucky they are when a girl actually likes them. Like, do you know how many unanswered texts I have in my phone from men who I take literal days, if not weeks, to respond to? Do you know that the fact I'm responding to you the same business day is a privilege? I don't think they do. I don't think they know.
It's just a matter of time before she comes crying like the other ladies we saw earlier.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I've been divorced for 3 years, and in that 3 years, I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child. And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math, and it does not work out. I am not young enough, or fertile enough, or financially stable enough to even do another round of IVF. And at 36, like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna say, like, you have time. Like, I don't. Because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I I'm just fighting upstream. I don't have a support system. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources or the community. And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband that were viable. And they're just gone now. And my future with those children and my life as a mother is just, it's gone. And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me, because it was not my choice. And I'm angry. And I'm heartbroken.
It's easy to say, but she could just kill her ego and get in touch with her ex-husband.
I'm usually the only girl in my friend groups that likes approaching guys first, likes making the first move, and I actually think that it complements my personality to do this, because I don't like just sitting down and like...
Women need to start making the first move. If anyone wants to be in a relationship, that's absolutely what has to happen. It just has to happen. Guys in the comments, back me up on this. We have told men for years that their masculinity is toxic. Some men, as they got interested in dating, that's literally all they know, is to stay away from women, is to not bother them, and definitely don't approach them. So there is nothing wrong with a woman approaching a man. That shows confidence.
And that right there is epic advice.
This is what my friends who are married don't understand. First off, it is so difficult to have been single throughout the entire pandemic and go through that profound trauma all alone without some kind of support system. And I also think it's difficult that you're no one's priority. Like, there aren't really people checking up on me in the same way as if you have someone to come home to. I don't have a partner. I've been single for at least almost 4 years, since November of 2019, whatever, how long that is. And it's just so difficult because you realize that you have to be your own knight in shining armor, that there's no one coming to save you, that there's no one really is there for you. Like, you're alone at the end of the day.
She really does understand what it boils down to.
Hey, excuse me? I just thought you looked spectacular. You look amazing today.
Oh, you are an oaf. I bet you say the F word more than you read.
Thank you.
Right?
That's very nice of you.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Persia.
Persia?
Yeah.
You're not from anywhere north of the equator, are you?
I think it's north. Yeah. You know Shomal? Yeah, where are you from?
Not Persia.
Let me guess. Ireland. You look Irish.
No.
No? Where are you from?
Why?
No, then just...
You're rather rude.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
What is your name?
Kamran.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you in Persia?
Well, I was born here.
You were born here?
Yeah.
In the United States?
Yes.
And you're from Persia?
Oh, you're from the United Kingdom. I hear your accent.
You're from Persia?
My family is. Yeah.
Your family?
Yeah.
So what, were you a first generation?
Exactly.
immigrant?
Yep.
Where were you born?
San Diego.
You were?
Yeah.
Why did your family come here?
To escape the revolution.
What revolution?
There was a war in Iran and Iraq back in the 70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who else thinks she could be a terrorist interrogator?
I had to stop in the middle of getting ready for a date. I am approaching 45. It's already tough enough. So I had to deal with today somebody who wants to know if I have bat wings. Bat wings. I didn't even know what bat wings were. I had to Google them. And when I found out, I was appalled. It's the arm stuff here? Really? Really? That's what you wanted to know before you went out with me? Not on this date. I'm still gonna go on this date tonight. However, please, men, people, whoever, be better. Be better than that. Bat wings? Really? That was a quick unmatch.
You can't blame the dude. He just had a few requirements before he could swipe right.
I'm 36. I'm going to be 37 years old next year, and I don't want to live like this anymore. I was telling my friend this today, that who I am is just not someone who's worthy of love, and I don't know how sometimes feel like I am. And maybe now is one of those moments I just don't.
My entire For You page right now is romance and relationships, but you know what? I have faced rejection from 4 different men in the past 5 days.
I'm gonna say it. I'm going to say it. I'm gonna say it. Guys, I want a boyfriend. There it is. There it is. I want a boyfriend. I'm not just talking about like, oh, I just want to like date someone, like go on cute date. I know, I want a relationship. I haven't been in a relationship in 2 years.
First comes the desire and then comes the action. The question is if she's very actionable.
Okay, TikTok, help me out. Someone said dating me is like buying a used car. I can't undo that comment. So my question is, what kind of car am I and how many miles does it have? Let me give you a run back, okay? I have 4 kids. I am twice divorced by 28.
Don't you had a man though?
I do, and I'm single until I'm married. Unless you bring in something more than my man can bring me.
What you mean by that?
Everything is negotiable.
So basically he pay all your bills, he do everything.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I mean, he sound like a pretty good guy then.
I know he is. It's a shame.
What you mean?
That's the law. I didn't make the rules. I need to make sure I have a monthly allowance. Like, what? Yes, what you thought?
A monthly allowance?
Absolutely. We're going to discuss that first and foremost, and then we're going to break down the other requirements.
What's the other requirements you talking about?
It's going to be paying for my tuition. It's going to be startup costs associated with my business.
I got to do all those things?
Yes, absolutely, and more. I just got started.
But why you can't pay your own bill?
I would when I don't have to. Like, I have the power. Like, the cards are in my hands.
That's what you really think, huh?
That's what I know. That's why my bills are paid.
I like to travel. What you like to do?
I love to travel.
You do?
Yes. So where are we going to buy?
I think you could travel and get the fuck out of my car.
But there is the pocket digger. Speaking of having a monthly allowance on the first date, the dude wasn't even having it.
Let's talk about men that play video games, because I know it gets kind of controversial. Ladies, if you think that you're being controlling for not wanting your men to play video games as much as he does, or if he gets upset at you because you want to spend time with him and he's choosing to play video games instead, you have a right to be upset and your feelings are valid, okay? I know that there are worse things going on in this world, but this is just one of those things that gives me the ick, to be quite honest with you, because the amount of guys that I see in the back of their girlfriend's videos while the girlfriend is like trying to do something cute, or even with the kids or whatever, and the husband is just vegged out playing video games like a child on the TV. I'm sorry. I think if you're a gamer and you guys do that as an activity together, it's different. Or if he has a set time that he says, okay, I'm going to hop on here with my friends and veg out and do this, like, it's okay. We all need an escape, right? I'm not against that at all. What I am against is when these dudes would rather spend time on their effing video game in their own little world than face reality and do things with you. Like, bro, you're 25 years old. You're almost 30.
Huh?
Sometimes in their 30s and then in their 40s, and you'd rather play a video game than go pick up a book or work on yourself or make more money, or I
bet she hasn't read a single book in a year.
No, it's just, to me, it's unattractive. I'm probably gonna get hate for that, but I don't care. And a lot of you girls need to ditch your gamer boyfriends who choose the games over you, because
if you're a virgin, I can understand, right, but then you're not left over. But if you're 35 and you've lived life and you've been through life, why should a man want you? I mean, everybody's looking at all these artists and all these stars. That's not reality. That's just one-off. But at 35, I had issues at 35, so I can understand that. If you're not married at 35 or in a stable relationship, has to be something wrong with you. Otherwise, why aren't you in a relationship if you're that great?
It takes accountability to answer that question. Don't get me started on how unaccountable the majority of these ladies are.
You know what the beautiful thing about being single and 30 is that if you are out there seeking your person and that is like something that you want in your life, you can fall in love tomorrow. You never know when you're going to run into your person, and these could be the last moments that you're having single. And these could be the last moments that you have alone, where you get to be selfish and like be in your apartment and only think about yourself and spend all your money on yourself, because your life can change in a blink of an eye. Because I think that when you're 30 and you're single and you do find your person, if that's what you're seeking, it will happen very quickly because you're more defined in like what you want and what you want in another person and who you are and your career goals and that person's career goals. Like, I think that like the older you get, the more solidified you are in your persona, and hopefully the other person that you're with is also. So it's either like it's gonna work or not. Like, you can find that out fairly quickly versus like dating in your 20s. There is some period of like time that happens where it's like a transition of who you were in your early 20s to your late 20s, and I do think that it's like very drastic, the person that you are in your early 20s and your late 20s, and also like solidifying your career and financially. Like, a lot of people are usually I don't know where they want to be, and also like your self-esteem is different. So I don't know, just I always want to like grasp onto my single moments so bad because I really enjoy them, and I know that I will look back on this time and be like, wow, like that was like.
She's operating on that wishful thinking. She probably doesn't understand that there's a wall for ladies that age.
Like 6 weeks, and I've been single my whole life, and I don't really know of any other people who are in the same position. I've got people who are like, oh my god, I've been single for so long, and like, you know, it's been like 3 years since my partner broke up with me, and I'm there like, I never had a partner. And I don't really know, like none of my friends, none of my circle, I haven't really met anybody who actually is in the same position. I know there's people out there, so hopefully this reaches the right people. I mean, technically I did have a boyfriend when I was like 11, but we never broke up, and then we went on summer holiday, so I guess technically you could say that we were actually still together. So I've either never been in a relationship or I've only ever been in one. Jokes. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's a really weird thing because society expects you by certain ages to hit certain milestones, including partner, house, marriage, kids, and I'm like, I have none of those things. And when you're single, and you've always been single, you have to plan your life as a single person. Like, when I think about the future, I can't plan my life with a partner in mind because I don't have that right now. And yeah, that's how I feel. At least I plan my life as a single person. What are the things I want to do? I want to travel, I want to run my business, and if someone comes along and I fall madly in love and we have the best life together ever, amazing. But I think when you've never had a partner, you can't imagine what it's like to actually be in a relationship, to actually like have your person. So yeah, don't really know what I'm trying to say, but are there anybody else who has this?
I want a job. I don't want to be a corporate girly. I don't want to climb the ladder. I don't want to be a boss babe. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to be the breadwinner. I do not want to do that. You know what I want to do? I want to be home.
Started the independent women movement, like, take it back. Or take me off the list. Because that whole I don't need a man thing is so confusing, because it's like, what do you need then? A bunch of women? Women need men. Men need women. I do not want to be an independent woman. Like, I do not want, God, I am not an independent woman. Please do not make me an independent woman. Pack me up.
That independent and feminism talk always comes back to bite. Stay away from it, ladies.
Hey, this one's for all of you Gen Xers that are single. And I don't mean just women, men as well. I've been single for about 2 years now. As I've mentioned before, if you follow my videos, I was married for 27 years. Most of it was very happy. So dating has been difficult for me. I find I'm on dating apps because it's hard to meet people out there. When I do have a date, more times than not, I end up finding out that they're still married. Otherwise, there's always something weird. An addiction problem. They're too interested in my career. Anyway, I'd love to know your experiences and your thoughts on
like 28 or 25 and talking about being chronically single. I low-key like related to it. No, I know I'm only 22. I'm so young. I don't know. It's just something that has always bothered me. Obviously, getting older, everyone has been in multiple relationships before and have experienced a lot of different things. I haven't. No, it's not a bad thing, but it does make me sad sometimes. It's also coming from someone who doesn't really partake in like hookup culture, which I think plays a really big role in it, especially at the age that I'm at right now, because a lot of people that I do know who are dating people, it kind of all stems from that. One of the biggest things that bothers me the most is when people who are in relationships tell me you'll find your person when you're least expecting it. I get that, but I've never really been expecting it. And what do you think I'm gonna feel? And I've literally had nothing for 22 years. Kind of start thinking about it sometimes. Another one is you just need to put yourself out there and you need to be more outgoing and you need to be more forward. That one really makes me mad because I feel like it's more of like people insulting my personality because I'm not gonna go up to you at the bar and say, oh my God, you're so cute. Like, I feel more feminine if someone's coming up to me and like making a move. The next one is, you're too picky, you need to lower your standards. My standards are, take me on a date first and then we'll talk. I'm very traditional in the way that I think about relationships. I don't want to have to worry about a guy ever. Don't embarrass me, basically. Another one that really bothers me is when everyone's like, you're so young, you have so much time. You're saying that now, but I already have gone 22 years alone. What makes you think that it won't be another 5 to 8 years until I find someone? Like, I have a timeline here. I'd love to be married and have kids before I'm 30. If that's the case, I mean, I should have had a boyfriend yesterday. Or in general, like, you want to be loved, you know? Like, that's just something you dream of since you're a little girl. I've always been the biggest hopeless romantic, not ever experiencing any type of love outside of family and friends. It's something that really bothers me. Makes me feel like I could potentially be hard to love when, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. I just feel like a lot of the time people tell me it's because of my personality and because I'm not super out there. And that just makes me sad because I have so much love to give, but I don't want to just give it to anyone. If
she has so much love to give and no one to give it to, I think it would be wise to give it all to a cat or a dog, but then she runs the risk of being the cat lady. Alright, that's it for today's video, and if you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button for more crazy reactions, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and remember, the truth always comes out in the end. Stay real, stay loyal, and I'll see you in the next one.